What's going on, guys? We're back with another video. We're just leaving church. I got my camera lady with me today. So last video we discussed going over the first step of the home buying process. Today I'm just going to show you guys step by step. So if you're looking to buy a house, we're going to go through all the steps it takes to get to that closing day. Okay, so the first step is exactly what we talked about in my previous video. So you're going to get approved through a lender first. This is going to allow us to know what you can afford. So right now I'm actually going to take you guys to a property and show you what we would do if I was giving you a tour. Okay, so now you got approved through your lender. We know what you can afford, so we're at the first property that you want to look at. Typically, I'll give you a little bit of information on the house even before we get in, but today I'm just going to show you how the process goes and we're going to take a walk through. Let's get it. Okay, so now we're in the property. Typically, I would let my clients walk around and check it out by themselves, and I would go look at maybe the furnace, the water heater, the electrical box, just to give them any other information that might be beneficial to them. Let's say that we looked at a couple properties and you really liked one of them and you wanted to put an offer in. Before we get into the next step, which is writing up the offer together, it's called a purchase agreement. As a realtor, we don't just open doors for people. That's not our job. We're not professional door openers. We deal with contracts, we deal with other agents, we deal with lenders, we help find the properties. This step right here is pretty much one of the most important parts, because we're going to sit down together and write up an offer to purchase a home for you. So here I actually have a purchase agreement pulled up. So this is the document that we're going to use to present an offer to the seller. I'm just going to flip my screen and we're kind of just going to briefly go through it. I don't want to spend too much time on it right now. Before I do that too, make sure you guys are writing the steps down. So what have we done so far? We got approved through the lender. Then we were able to start looking at homes. Then we found the property that you guys would like. Now we're here writing up the purchase agreement. Okay, so here's the purchase agreement. We're just gonna briefly go through this. Like I said, this is the contract we use to submit an offer to the sellers. So on here, the property address, so the property that we're looking to put an offer in on. The method of payment, which is cash, conventional, FHA, VA, whatever you get approved for through your lender. The closing date. An important part on here as well is the inspection. So buyer has a right to independent inspections. So usually we give people 5 to 7 days to get their own inspections done. This is very important because you can find things in the inspection that can turn you off from buying the home, whether it's, for example, the roof may be bad, something major. And then we have the right also to ask the sellers to make repairs or ask for seller concessions. That's after the offer is either accepted or they counter the offer, of course. Other than that, the last page on here is for the seller. Right here it says the above offer is accepted, rejected, or they can counter the offer. So if you came in with a low offer, sometimes they do counter. And that's pretty much everything on the contract. So we submit this to the sellers. They give us our response within 1 to 2 days usually. Then we go from there. All right, guys, so let's say your offer got accepted. But look, so your offer got accepted. So let's just go through the whole process one more time. First, you get approved through your lender. Then we go on the home search. So we find the home that you would like to put an offer in on. We put the offer in. Offer gets accepted. Now we're at the inspection point. So the inspection is important because we want to make sure that you're not buying a piece of shit home, basically. After the inspection, let's say that it's all good. You're good to go. You're ready to move forward.
we get an appraisal done. This is just to make sure that your home is worth the value of the purchase price. So after the appraisal, that's all good. Now we let the title company work. So it's in their hands now. After that, it's closing time. So now we're at the closing table. So usually from the time that we put the offer in, closing is usually 30 to 45 days later, max. Now that can be different depending on, just like through this whole process. Now, things can happen that stunt the process and make it go slower, or it can go quicker as well. Some people close the same week that they purchased their home. But yes, make sure that you guys write all these steps down, and now you know how to purchase your first home.